morning, students. Continuing with the topic in statistic, as we have seen, the information which is to be collected in order to draw some result when the information is collected. Now, today our topic is primary and secondary data. Primary data, the data originally collected by any authorized agency or the organization by the investigator for the first time. Means the person will himself go and collect the information on which he is going to make the inquiry. He will personally visit the place and collect the information. So primary data means it is original data. Original data means what? The person or the authorized agency will go personally and collect the information first time. It is original. You cannot trust or you cannot get ready-made from the other person. You have to go. Investigator means the person. Authorized agency means the person whom we have appointed to go personally and collect the information for the first time. So, the data originally collected by any authorized agency or investigator for the first time are called primary data. For example, let me give one National Sample Survey Organization. It is an organization. National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO, will go or will appoint some person to go and collect the information for which they are going to make the inquiry. So that information, the person who is appointed or the authorized person will go and collect the information. The information can be of anything what the agency wants. Population census, population counting, how much is the population, the rate increasing, it is made by the government people. Also the death and birth rate which is published by Office of Registrar General of India, New Delhi. Means these are the government departments who want the information. They will appoint some person to go personally and collect the information. So this is about the primary data, who is going to collect the information personally, original and for the first time. Now here let us see the methods of primary collection. Methods of collecting primary data. So the different methods of collecting primary data, primary information. The first one is direct inquiry. Second one, indirect inquiry. And the third one is questionnaire method. So let us see first one, direct inquiry method. Direct inquiry method means what, children? The person or the investigator. Person, I will not say, I will tell you investigator. Means because he is going to investigate all the information about the person personally. So, the investigator himself personally visit to the person or in the field where he is going to make the inquiry. And so, direct inquiry means the investigator himself personally visit to the field to collect the information. Means he will go door to door, person to person and collect the information directly, face to face. So if he wants the information about the teacher, he will go in the school personally and visit each and every teacher for the information. Or for example, if you want to know in the factory or level of the workers, they will go personally to each and every worker and ask their information. So it is personal contact. It is face-to-face contact. And when you come and in face-to-face contact and wants the information, the person, the investigator will ask all the question personally and he will get direct answer. If there is any doubts or confusion, the respondent matlab the person who is going to give the answer to the investigator. So the respondent will give all the correct answer. If he has any doubt or confusion, he can clear the doubts and give the answer. So children, in direct method, the investigator personally visit to the field to collect the information. Now, as I have already explained you the definition, you will easily write the advantages. What are the advantages here? Data obtained is accurate and reliable. Whatever the investigator will ask the question and whatever the respondent will give the answer, all the information which is collected by direct method will be accurate and reliable, will be correct. True information will be collected here. Now, if there is any doubt or confusion, the respondent can clear these doubts. The respondents can clear their doubts face to face as they are coming in personal contact with each other. Then supplementary information can also be obtained. There will be some extra information which will be obtained by the investigator from the respondent. So if this extra information what is collected will be very helpful in order to draw the conclusion, in order to interpret the interpretation of the result. So whatever for what purpose they are going to collect the information, that information when he goes personally, all the doubts are cleared, the information is accurate, reliable, and also some extra information you can get from the people from whom you are going to interview them. So, but children, as we have seen, this method is useful only with the limited field of inquiry. Only suppose if you have PGIDC area or only B-Tech or C-Tech, then only this method of direct interview is helpful. If you are going to interview the full Valsad district or full Gujarat state to collect the information, then this method is not much useful because the area is very wide, and if you go house to collect the information, it will be time consuming and also waste of time, money and energy. So this method of direct collecting is only useful when the investigator or when the field to collect the information is is limited, is small in area. It cannot be big one, otherwise to go door to door it will take time. And also the person, the respondent and also the investigator himself will get tired and bored. So children, for this direct method or direct investigator, when the field is small, when the field is limited, this method can be useful. So once again, advantage is data obtained is accurate and reliable. If there is any doubt and confusion, it can be cleared. Also third one, many other information can be withdrawn when you are going to interview the person, and which will be very much helpful in the interpretation of result. It is only useful when the field of inquiry is limited. So these are the advantages. Limitation is what we can tell, that it is only suitable for limited area, for wide area this method is not suitable. It is more time consuming and also waste of time, energy and money. So I have written in short, time consuming, not suitable if the area of inquiry is wide or large. More expensive, you have to spend more. And if the investigator is untrained, if the person who is going to take your interview is not trained, experienced, efficient, honest, able person, then the information, then the data can be less reliable. If the person, the investigator is feeling lazy, or if the investigator is not trained person, not experienced person, he don't know what questions to be asked and what answers to be got from the respondent or get from the respondent, then that information will be less reliable. So this is all about direct method. In the same way, just the reverse case in indirect method. In indirect method, the investigator will not go personally. He will not visit door to door in order to get the information. But what he will do? He will get the information from these agencies who has already collected. In other words, I can tell you, in indirect method, they will get ready-made information. They don't have to work more, or they don't have to go house to house to collect the information. There are some other person who will collect and keep, and in indirect method, they will get from that person or that agency. So indirect method of collecting information. In indirect method, the information is obtained with the help of third party, not visit personally. Means you will get the information from the authorized agency or from the organization who has already collected. Means it will be obtained with the help of third party, not visit personally. They don't have to visit personally. They will get the information from the third party. This is the popular method in practice. This method is more popular because there will be some organization, some people collecting the information, and then in indirect method they will take the information from them and come to the conclusion or interpret the results. So, in indirect method, the information is obtained with the help of third party. I put a star, popular method in practice. In daily use, indirect method is more popular. Advantageable. When the field is wide, when the field is wide, when the field is large, we have seen this disadvantage, indirect method. So, it will be advantage in indirect method. When the field is big, when the field is large, when the field is wide, this method is more suitable. Then less cost, time and energy is involved. You don't have to spend much. Within less time, you can get the information about full Gujarat or full Vapi within no time. So less cost, time, energy is involved. Useful for the government department to collect various information. Government department always use indirect method to get the information with the help of which they can interpret the results. So children, this is about the indirect method, that when the field is wide, less cost, time. Means what are the disadvantages in direct method? They have become advantages in the indirect method. So useful for the government department for collecting the information. Now what is the disadvantage here? This information is less reliable. The information which you are getting ready-made from the third person or organization will be less reliable. If the organization has any prejudice and biased attitude, if the organization or the investigator think that let him take all the wrong information and conclude the wrong result. So what he will do? He will give all the wrong information. So this method, this information is less reliable. If the organization is having any prejudice or having any biased attitude, then this information will be less reliable. Now, if the investigator is dishonest, as I told you, that if he is dishonest, if he is inefficient, if he is not hardworking, then or not experienced person, then the information provided by him are not accurate or will not be of any use to the person for whom or from whom they are going to collect. So, children, these are advantages and disadvantages of the indirect method. So, direct method, indirect method, and the third method is questionnaire method. So, in questionnaire method,